Howdy y'all, my name is Andres and I'm going to be covering the ego involvement concept from the social judgment theory. As y'all would know from the chapter 4, it appears when people have issues that touch on self-concepts and core values. Oftentimes, folks will selectively perceive information from arguments that they will then analyze to pick and choose what aspects will benefit their argument. This will also cause people to have larger levels of latitudes of rejection. That would be towards opposing views, of course. And so for my example, I'm going to begin with one from my work life. As an assistant manager at Six Flags, I have to enforce a recent rule that has come to pass, and that has to do with clear backpacks and fanny packs being the only acceptable bags allowed on the premises, for employees only. One employee, for instance, greatly disagrees with the policy. He feels that it is an invasion of privacy to have that rule. I explain that this is a safety precaution to prevent employees from bringing something onto the park that they shouldn't be. He becomes irate and says that this problem would be solved if the park permitted open carry and his privacy would then not need to be infringed. I explained that this solution that he offered is a lot more political and would take more time to implement versus simply requiring clear backpacks that someone can bring their own, or they can purchase one in the wardrobe for $5 and a fanny pack for $3. He further becomes irate and then he walks away. The employee's core values of gun rights and privacy polarized his perspective on the situation because he could not see that clear backpacks were a quick and simple solution that employees and guests can follow in order to have safety all around. The employee also could not see the solution would prevent bringing of drugs and alcohol into the premises by employees, not just guns. I would transfer this experience from ego involvement into my personal life as well. My father hates talks of legalizing marijuana, for example. Part of the social judgment theory is how great the latitudes of rejection are when there's ego involvement present. And so for my example, my dad hates conversations of legalizing marijuana. He has heard the benefits that medicinal marijuana has on the patients, but he gets angry because he only remembers the negative experience someone he knew had when they used it recreationally. So he selectively remembers that information and ignores the statistics and data that point to the pros and rejects all of the conversations that have something to do with pro-legalization because his core values are to reject drugs. What I can infer then from ego involvement concept and social judgment theory from chapter 4 is that both of the people I used in my examples will continue to have their attitudes. Their attitudes will only continue to get more polarized should I try to convince them with data, because they can also use data that will contradict what I'm saying. What I can then see is that the only way they will accept information is if it is similar to theirs, that they will then assimilate into their point of view, and they will then only remember or perceive selectively information that supports their current stances. From what I know of persuasion, the most I can do is offer them this information, but an actual change would come from the person I'm trying to persuade wanting to be persuaded. Thank you.